episode of Bread Back Podcast with your girl Remi Ray.
That's right, and me, White Yardie, the one and only.
Yes, we are putting something together organic, something about community, something about business, something where it's just totally different from what we've both currently done.
Yeah.
And something that we can really express our views, speak a little bit about where we're from, and really get to the grit of being the everyday people in this kind of world with so much going on, really.
Yeah, especially all the world I run right now, you know what I mean?
We're about to go into a full lockdown, and we thought that it was time to have some real organic conversation, right? We've known each other for years. We're connected in a multitude of ways. We're both from the NAM.
That's right. Big up all the SC15
Yes.
people, them don't know. Yeah.
And we're just ready, innit? We've matured over the years, and we're ready to have grown conversations.
That's it. It's all about having some grown conversations, you know what I mean? And the whole purpose of the podcast as well is being who I am, as well is I always stated that I'm growing as time goes on. I'm growing, and man take longer for mature than woman. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
everybody knows that.
Yeah, like when we say man take longer, me have some friend almost 50 and boy, they move like them 16. So you know what I mean? Like, but no, like, and it's just I feel like this podcast is a great opportunity for people get to actually know a bit more, not just White Yardie, the comedian. Them get to know, say, yo, I am a man, I am a father, and I am a husband. So there's other levels to me than just the comedian side to things, and I have views and opinions on a lot of things that I would like to talk about on serious topics around the world, you know what I mean? And this podcast, like, just break it down, like, the other day, a couple weeks ago, you were doing one of your lives in the morning.
It was early, you know.
Yeah, but me as a father, me I do school run, you know what I mean? Like, I'm doing school run, like, you know what I mean? And I'm up and I jump on and I see I do a live, and you were talking about things that I was literally having a conversation last night to my partner about, and it's like, just hearing it is like, you know, I have things to say, like, me I reply to you and I say, yes, me agree, and no, that and right, but you know what I mean, and something just clicked right there, and I say, like, let me just ask you, let's do a podcast, you know what I mean, because, like,
you know, somebody already emailed me saying, when you and Yardie start, let me come on. I'm like, Jesus.
See that, and yes, people, we will be having guests coming on, and from different aspects and different work life and professionals, you know what I mean? Not just anybody who they're on the clock. You know what I mean?
Not James from around the corner now.
Who just randomly think he knows everything and it's not true. No, because for me it's about learning, and this is a part of my growth as well, because having conversations with other people gives you a different perspective on life as well. So I want to do this, and when I see you doing it, I was like, let me reach out to you and say, let's see if you do this, because let's not water down the thing and try act like you do a lot. Yeah. So tell the people and remember, like, you write book.
Oh my God.
You write book.
Dyslexic as well, right?
Level the fuck up.
Oh my God. Listen, that book, you know.
We'll keep this a clean podcast, but it's an adult.
Whoever wanted
her book was called Level the Fuck Up.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and it's sold out.
Yep.
Sold out.
Yep.
I have a copy in my house, I just buy it. When my wife buy it, she say, buy one. Buy one. I haven't had a chance to read it, I ain't gonna lie, but I will. But that's the dyslexic side to me.
So that's another thing that we have in common, right? We're both dyslexic, and I don't know what your educational experience was, but let me tell you, mine was tough. When you're dyslexic and you have to write 10,000 word dissertation, you want to cry.
Never reached so far. You know what I mean? Like, my education never reached to 10,000 words, you know what I mean? Jeez. But no, like, I'm dyslexic as well, and it's something that, like, for me, obviously I went to school in Jamaica. Yeah. So my schooling in Jamaica. They must have
bust your ass.
No, but that's the thing. I did get a lot of beating in school. I did. Because,
are you surprised?
Yeah, no, because
you can't be dyslexic.
No, but you know it is my dyslexic is lack of more spellings and being able to pronounce words and things like that.
Same.
Like maths class, do my thing.
Maths or money?
Yeah,
because they're different.
Yeah. That me I calculate. When it comes to math,
It's always money.
I'm like, yeah, man, I will get this. But when it came to like the reading part and the physics and the social, in school, I don't know, obviously I didn't go to school here. And I dropped out of school. Well, I say I dropped out of school. The other day I went back to Jamaica and I went to my high school and I said to the teacher, yeah, me did drop out of school. She said, never drop out of school. You just stop come.
Wow.
I know me just tell you, I say, yo, that's true, you know. Because at that time my father wasn't around, my mother wasn't around. I was living with my father's friend who, and you know, it's just like I never really had much guidance there at the time, so I kind of a bit unruly at the time. And them time they have 13, 14, I think it was 14, 15.
You touch the road and you never look back.
Never look back. So you know, me used to see but don't get me wrong, I used to put on my uniform every day. Put on my school uniform every day like
you're a fraudster as well.
Like me I go to school, but me never go to school. But no, it's just
what was that like going back to your school? Considering in your mind you're thinking you never even finished. Like you got dashed out of the school, but that wasn't even true, but that's the story you probably told yourself.
Well, because I spent a lot of time there, you know what I mean? Like, because I actually repeated year 9, you know? I had to repeat year 9 because year 9, I came to England for 1 month on a holiday. My dad said, yo, come, and then I overstayed like for 6 weeks and then missed.
What kind of overstayed?
Not like overstayed.
I hope you're going to be back next episode.
You don't remember that, you know? Not like immigration wise. I mean, like I extended my ticket and it was during school times, and then because of that I went back and missed other things, and the teacher said, the principal actually said it's best for you to repeat year 9. I remember I went back into year 9 and before we went to my father I said, listen to me, yeah? You see, you already do half of that year 9 already, you know, so your grade's supposed to be better than everybody else one for at least the first half. Yeah? So listen to me. Don't make them younger. That's what my father said, them younger than you. You're going to be one of the oldest now in your year. I'm sorry. And it still never got to plan.
Wow. Did you finish school then?
No, I did half a year 10.
And that's it?
And we said grade 10. Half a grade 10 and didn't go back.
And then what?
I just did there on the music industry.
Yeah.
Like my father had a sound system and I was just around that.
Carrying records.
Yeah, and mixing and things like that. Packing record boxes. And it, you know, it's just like, And then I was just doing that until about coming up to like after 17, 18 and then ended up coming over.
Did you, do you have regret about not finishing like especially because I know your family intimately, so you know, because the kids and stuff like that. Do you have any regrets of not like completing education in its you know, as society suggests we should go get a degree, masters.
That's right, but you know, I feel the good thing about schools in Jamaica is that their education and the level of what they're learning at certain years and certain ages is more advanced than the UK.
Of course.
So even like what I was learning in, I'll give you an example, even what I was learning in like year 7. Yeah. Is probably what maths equivalent here at year 9.
Yeah.
So we were learning a lot more harder things. And I don't know where in science we had like 3 different science classes.
Wow.
We had physics was a different class. Yeah. Biology was a different class. You had geography. No, that was to do with geography was something different. We had 3 science classes.
You sure?
Yeah, we had physics, biology, and chemistry. We had 3 different like just give me one science class. Why you have to split it up into
But saying that, they did have double science here as well. That was a thing.
My God.
Yeah.
And then they have science.
So the answer to my question is, you have regret or no?
Yes, I do, because like when I look back, and like you asked me earlier, when I go back to my school and how you feel, is because I don't know what it feels like to graduate from school. And there was something that I remember going to high school, and that's because we don't call it secondary school, we call it high school. So I remember going to high school, and I remember I used to seeing in class, like, through the years I've seen the older ones, every time they get to year 11, they graduate and they have their hats and everything. And I was like, yeah, man, can't wait. You know what I mean? And then you get to be in the yearbook, and when I look on the yearbook and I see all of my friends, and I don't see myself. And it's like, yo, I couldn't just draw one little picture.
Would you go back?
To school? No, not now. like not the age I'm at now, I wouldn't. I feel like I don't have the patience for it.
Okay, better question. What would you have studied? Like, what would you have done if you got to go to uni and get your degree or whatever? What would you have done? What would you have specialised in? Not sure. Comedy.
I don't know, because this wasn't even, you know me, you know what I mean? Like this.
No, I know.
Like
but
if back like 15 years ago, me say to everybody on the ends, yo, me gonna be a comedian.
They would have laughed.
Come on,
laughed you off the corner.
That's it. So it's like, yeah, it's not for me.
But do you think it could be a defense though? What? For all the other things that you haven't done, like comedy covers up a lot of that.
That's true.
Sorry to get a bit deep.
No, I mean, I don't.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it could be because with my dyslexia, I read slower, right? My spelling is atrocious. Like people hit me up on Instagram all the time. I call them the spelling army now because they're just trying to correct everything.
You have them the grammar one.
The grammar police. And honestly, I'm just like, I can't see it. Yeah. Whatever you're saying, I can't see the problem here.
it's like when you use there and there, where and where, like yo, just
and wrote and write
you know
and this.
What I mean,
Did you get the message?
Yeah,
that's me too. But honestly, inside, sometimes you're like, I just hope today nobody comes. Like, allow me today. Yeah. You got what I said. You know what I mean. You got the gist of what I was saying.
I hate it as well, man. I hate when people come, but you know, like I feel like something with me being dyslexic is that I don't hide it. I used to hide it.
Yeah, I used to as well.
Be embarrassed about it because it's like
you can't read it right. That's a big thing.
Yeah, idiot. That's what I just said to somebody. Me can't read it right. It's like, they must look funny like you're an idiot. But I feel like over time, I have learned to just be honest about it because obviously doing shows and sometimes I'm
how do you remember your jokes?
Oh, that's different though. I'm not really write jokes. Kind of just,
you think you're Jay-Z out here? Yeah? You know he doesn't write down these rhymes, he just be in the booth spitting.
I ain't Jay-Z. I ain't Jay-Z, like, yeah. But no, like I write down like maybe keywords.
Yeah.
And then I just focus on them.
You riff on it, yeah.
Yeah, and then I test it out and I say this and say that and say, alright, cool. And sometimes I tell some jokes at home with
I know it.
Sometimes I just there and say, babes, you know where and I joke me and tell her about and I think she knows as well, and she just look for it.
Like, like
this guy, man. But over time I've become honestly because now when I get to host events and stuff like that, they're giving you I remember I hosted an event and it was a youth event as well in Lucia. And I hosted it and they give me this thing, a big artillery and running out of the show. I'm like, cool, and they had paragraphs on there, and I'm like, I want to read them, man.
I would have just pushed it back to not today.
So I'm still gonna retweet. I mean, I say, yo, I can't just say this in my own words, and I say, yeah. But then there was names of people I had to introduce.
Oh, that's the worst one, man. The names.
I just said, listen, man. So what they got into a habit of doing now is that every time I'm doing something, I'll get the list, and if I have things to read off, I'll look at it, and then anything I'm not sure about, I'll say, listen, I'm dyslexic, so just help me with these. And straight away, it's like, yeah, sure. So how do you say this? How do you say that? Cool. And that's it. So for me, I acknowledge it now because I feel like
you must, because
you have to be honest about
they say 1 in 10 people have dyslexia in the world.
Well, that's 2 in a 2 right now.
And they think that it could be in one room, right? And it could be as high as 1 in 5. So there's so many of us, it's ridiculous.
It's crazy, man. But I just feel like it's a thing that my advice to anybody out there is that don't hide it. I remember once I've never hid it from then. I've never hid it, and I told a story once on my Snapchat, and this lady messaged me like a couple of days, like a week later, and she just said, listen, I just want to let you know the story that you told about dyslexic and being honest about it and talking about it with your work colleagues, such as on stage and behind, is motivated me to now be honest and tell my boss that I'm dyslexic. And since then, I didn't know there was a system at work that they set up for these things where we get extra help. And they didn't know, and she said, and also I have had a conversation with my daughter because she used to ask me to help her. I used to get away from it. So now I had a conversation and it's made my life feel a little bit easier. I
nearly got fired for the same thing, like not sharing my dyslexia. Thank God my best friend's a HR consultant, my aunt's a lawyer. I had to come with the guns, and I didn't get fired.
That's policy,
it is, but honestly, when you grow up without that confidence in yourself, because obviously from when you're young, it's not something you just come out and you're not sure of. When your friends are reading and writing, you know that you can't do that when you're young.
Listen, man. I must say this. I have a friend. I'm not calling her name, but back in the day when we were up to trouble, yeah.
Up to trouble.
Yeah. Remember the police stopped us, and I gave my name, and my next friend gave his name. But my next friend couldn't give his name because if he gives his name, he's getting arrested. Wow. Because he had something else going on. He wasn't meant to even be where he is. So, and this is before they had the fingerprints and all that stuff that they have this technology on the vans and stuff like that. Yeah. So back then you could just give any name.
And hope for the best.
Yeah, now that's it. And if they believe they give a little producer or something like that for car offense. However, this guy, somebody gave him a name. And they gave the name to the police officer. The police officer was like, oh, do you spell that? And the guy was like,
oh God.
And that was it. Straight, he couldn't spell it. He couldn't even spell the fake name that he was giving. And that was it. It's like they just took him. And it's like just little things like that. It's like it just shows like we didn't even know he was dyslexic. Yeah. We didn't know it. No, we didn't know he couldn't even spell.
But also dyslexic, like who was talking about dyslexia 15, 20 years ago? Nobody.
It was just like if you can't read or write, you're dumb. Like that's why you're an idiot.
This for me brings up like a lot of emotion because I know there's a lot of people sitting in jail that will always reoffend because they can't read and write. And in this world, you need to know how to read and write.
Of course.
Yeah.
Some people got caught and they even understand. Because also reading and writing is just one part of it. But dyslexia is also a part of understanding. Memory. Even understanding. Like you're getting sentence and you don't even know what they're saying. Yeah. Yeah, you're getting this, getting that, this, that, and you're there listening like, what did they say? Yeah. You don't understand it. You know what I mean? But I know that you set up something.
Yeah, I have a community interest company called the Diverse Creative CIC because I'm just a diverse person and I'm creative as well. And it really is a hub, really a support hub to screen other people for dyslexia. So we can see if you've got traits of dyslexia. We can get you assessed as well. It's not free because you gotta make money, but it's a good starting tool, right? It's just £20 to get screened as well, which I think everybody, whether you're dyslexic or not, you should be screened because it also shows up your strengths and weaknesses.
No, definitely. Yeah, because like I said, there's different aspects.
There is, and there's some people like I've got friends that have just finished their master's dissertation dyslexic.
Yeah.
It's across the board. I'm just glad that we're using this platform to highlight it because it's a massive problem, massive problem.
Because what dyslexic people do, and I do it is before I was honest and open about it, is we find ways of hiding it. Yeah. So if it's about abbreviating words or finding the simplest word, like
we the best people to hire though, because we will find the fastest route to success.
Oh yeah, but hey, you see spell check. Me a spell check vex sometimes, because you know sometimes you write a word and you can't spell it, and you think spell check you can't spell it too. Spell check.
That's me.
Spell check. Help me, no man.
Spell check's like not today.
Me know the first letter. Today. I don't know the rest.
Especially if it's got one of them words with like two meanings, forget about it.
And then me say, alright, I'm gonna look for your next word that means the same thing or similar, and then it's still.
So what, you're still using spell check in 2020?
No. I think let me tell you something about my phone. Sometimes it gets to a stage where my phone
it's Jamaican.
Yeah, because I don't think it's in spell check anymore. It's a thing of where it predicts what words. Text. Because what you use it frequently. So when me say you, it write you. I swear. Hey, look at me turn my phone on to a Yardie phone. Listen. Let me see words I use. Cause then you write one word, it come with the next one. Hey, you. So much this. Hey, but no man, like I said, dyslexic people out there, if you feel you're struggling with something, find help, man. And Remi has her thing set up, man. You can check it out.
And the more of us talk about dyslexia, the better. And like you said, you've probably gone down this route because it's an alternative way for you to express yourself and use your voice more than anything. Most definitely.
And it's even like in terms of like reading books, because my partner was on.
Listen, she be reading.
Yeah, she reads. Yeah, surprised me.
I see her post Mariah Carey today. I'm like, good luck, girl.
Yeah. Hey, me say, it's a library we have in our house. We can start charge people for reading the book, them and things like she can read. And she I like it though, guys. It's something that she enjoys doing. You know what I mean? I know that's when she's in that, when she wants some time and that's her zone, she go do that. And she encourages me. I want to do it as well, but it's it's finding the time to do it. However, she has suggested, and I think even you suggested to me as well,
audio.
Just do the audio one. And today she was listening to one of the audio one because she had a lot to do, and she said she had it on audio as well. And she pressed play, and I was like, I was wondering, like, what are you watching? She said, no, it's the audio. And you know, someone sit down there and got into what she was listening to. To me, I said, wow, this is good. It works. So
you should listen to Charlemagne the God's book because he narrates it in his own voice. Yeah. So like it's like you're listening to Charlemagne. So that's it's good. Yes. Yeah, that would be good for you. I think that's where you should start. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna message her. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do it straight away.
Good.
Like
good.
Next one that I'll be doing.
So what else then? Let's talk about some more of the nitty gritty of what's really brought us here today, because a lot of it's gonna be about resilience, right? Like.
But let's even explain the bread bar.
Yes.
That's the name of the podcast, and people might be like, yo, what do you mean by the bread bar? I feel like if you're from a certain...
Yeah. Sugar water.
Yeah, that's it. You're from that certain life of your upbringing, and like you've lived a certain life. You know that the bread bar never gets thrown away. You know what I mean?
Period.
There's there when the two bread back have to meet. That's a bread back sandwich.
Sometimes the bread back is kind of cut off a little bit. Yeah. Like you don't even know what happened to that piece.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna eat it anyway.
Yeah, man. The bread back is just showing that people, like there's hard times out there, man.
Yeah.
And there's people that are literally living down to the bread back of the bread, and we have been products of that environment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we have turned around. I think there's many people in this world who can relate to that part of life, and there's some people who still, due to the current situation in the world with the pandemic that's going on right now, are going through that type of struggle right now where the bread back is there. And I think these are even things like people need to don't forget them.
Yeah.
No matter how far you get in life, you shouldn't forget certain things. Not feel like, oh, I'm too good for that. No.
Now that I'm maturing though, like I spent a lot of time. Now that I'm maturing though, like I used to live a lot through the pain of like growing up with a single mum. I write about it in my book about just having a lot of resentment towards my mum because I didn't think she gave me the tools I needed to survive in the world as we know it. My dad wasn't around, he's an addict somewhere in the ethos, still doing whatever he does best. And I really struggled with that growing up, especially in like those pivotal years of going to uni, people's parent giving them money for uni or giving them a deposit for their houses or buying their driving lessons and stuff. I just always felt like I was grinding, and it was always me. Like I had my first job 13, 15.
Like why we don't get that?
Yeah. So for me, that's what bread back is. It's about coming from that, but then turning it into a loaf.
No, definitely. And it's even, as I said, like when I said not forgetting these things, it's like even with, like for me, I have children, right? So even with my son, it's like I kind of want him to understand certain things and not feel like, because you have access to certain things, and you never know what it's like to really go hungry. You understand? Because I feel like that's what it is, because it's not that me have to starve him and say, yo, you have to learn one day. You know what I mean? You have to learn. Today, you have to learn. We have food, but I lock up the cupboard there. You know what I mean? Because I went through days when I was hungry. You understand? When I had nothing. You understand? When I know my mother never have it, and when she and my father weren't together, I live with my mother, and she never have certain things, and she have to work hard. You know what I mean? She'll leave the house early while me have to get up and get ready for go school. Me have sister, and then come home and, what's for dinner we don't know yet. And, so I've been there. But I don't mean I'm going to take my son down there and straight and say, yo, you have to live like this too. No, because the aim is to make sure we have a better life. So they don't have to struggle.
Exactly.
But they need to know the importance of what they have. So even with my son, like, example, like, and I'm proud of him. The other day, he said to me, oh, Daddy, him want to start do things, and him want to start like find ways of what jobs. He talked to me about jobs all the while, like what he wants to get into. He's only 13. The other day I find out that he was going to a supermarket near his school and buying deals on drinks.
The hustles, the
and selling them in school and making money. And I'm like, yo, how much we can spend? Let me invest. But no, recently he wants to do this thing about trainers.
Good.
So he wants to get the trainers at the
cost price.
No, the cost price, and sell them because they go up in value when they go out of stock. So he's been doing all his research and everything and learning the market of the trainers. And I'm like trying to break down to him, all right, cool. How are you going to buy your trainers? He's like, oh, exactly. Lord, like, it sounds good, but now I'm like, Daddy, I like the idea. you're putting together a business idea.
Yes.
You need an investor. Daddy will be an investor. However, if daddy invests X, Y, Z, this is your profit. What is percentage do you give back to your investor? So I'm trying to make him understand, not just here's the money for the trainers, give me back. No, you need to understand that this is how our business will run, because they're not teaching them in school.
I was gonna say that, you know, for the children that don't have to go through the sufferings and really the bread back sugar water stories kind of thing, the next step to teach them really, you know, the value of money, the value of leadership, and all of these things is entrepreneurship. Like all of these kids should have some type of skill of, you know, side hustling, running their own little business, even consulting, right? Little things that they can do in their terminology, but every child should be exposed to money and entrepreneurship because as soon as possible.
They have time. That's the thing that we don't realize, that we know this, but they have so much time on their hand, like, and they can make things happen. Yes, and we as adults have to worry about other things. They don't have to. All they have to worry about, make sure they go to school, and the homework's done, and whatever house duty. That's it. We have to worry about the house being run. We have to worry about work. We have to worry about income. We have to worry about them. So you know what I mean. So it's like, even with him, like, even with the younger generations, like, I remember watching a documentary once, and you remember the scooter them? I don't know, I wasn't here when they come up, but I watched the documentary, the scooters when they just come about, man, the push scooters that the kids,
the little metal ones,
There was a young boy who, I can't remember his name, but he found them online, bought loads of them, started selling them in his school. Yeah. Then he got popular, started selling more and more. And he's a millionaire before he left school. Yeah. It's like the kids are the future. They know what's in and what's not in. No, as
and
parents,
they're connected because they go to school. Like, they don't even have to look for customers.
They don't. And that's what I'm saying. Parents just need to tap in, and not say tap in, but guide them.
Nurture it,
and make sure they understand, because school's not teaching them that. School's just giving them the ABC, 1, 2, 3. There you go in the real world. Some of them can't even make toast bread. You know what I mean? Like,
for a little egg.
Yo, when we go to school at Jamaica, we are cooking, we are proper cooking lessons where we are cook big food, you know, and we are learning to cook big food.
Sheesh.
We are learning to iron clothes and all them things, even though they know them, they have home economics classes and things like that. So these are things that I try to implement myself to my children. So
I started hustling early as well, like age 9. I'm trying to put posters together to babysit in the block to the parents for summer. Then 13, I was on the market stalls in East Street with my aunt selling sports clothes. Then she got sick. I started going to the wholesalers myself and building a rapport. Took the products back to the block. Everybody was doing their little hustles then, so all the guys on the block could buy my stuff.
But that's the thing, is that we have to learn these things, man, because the real world, let's be honest, 9 to 5.
It's not for everyone. I think that more people need to say that. And also, who only wants to get paid 12 times a year? I mean, that's depressing.
But that's the thing, like, millionaires, like people out there who are making millions. Yeah. They're making money in their sleep. Yeah. When you can start making money in your sleep, that's it.
Is that the dream then for you?
Of course, like, imagine you go bed and you know you're waking up and you're still making money. Like, if you know you're making money even when you're not trying to make money. If I know that while sitting here I'm making money,
you're good.
You're winning. Yeah. You're winning. That's so I feel like that's the aim. Is like, I feel there's so many avenues out there, and obviously it's not gonna work for everyone, but it's about finding little things that you can do, and you have to believe in it. That's the thing. Believe in yourself and believe in what you're doing. Don't just get up and say, I'm gonna do this. All right, cool. What's the plan to do that? Yeah. Put your plan together and execute it. You understand? Don't just get up and you see one person do it. Me can run go do it. You know what? You don't. But
we'll see. You touched on something actually. I just wanted to pick back up on about, you know, the kids in school, right? That's a big story going on at the moment that, like, is being spearheaded by Marcus Rashford, because he's putting pressure on the government to say, why wouldn't you feed the kids, you know? How does that make you feel? You're a father, you know, what if you didn't have the means that you have, you know?
Yeah, no, listen, man, like that's the craziest thing, is that most kids, you know, like, it goes back to even the whole bread box situation, is that most kids are leaving their house in the morning probably without breakfast, and they're looking forward to go to school because they know when they go to school they're getting a meal, and that meal will hold them, and their parents obviously trying their best because their parents are probably out there working hard. And yes, some of them probably a lot of them come from single parents.
Yeah.
And living in the UK, living in London as a single parent is hard.
Yeah.
I'm not, unfortunately, my children are not in that situation because they have me and the mother. But I even so, if one person is working, it's hard because by the time you work, pay your rent, pay this, pay that, there's nothing left. So the kids, this meal thing is that the government needs to really take this thing serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you need to take it serious because you know, I understand we're in a pandemic right now, but I'm not, you know what I mean? Them really a panic, I know we. And they need to sort all these things, man, because the time you were there funding money here, there, left, right, there, you need to start thinking actually the kids, the children of the future that are out there suffering. And I say, big up to all the small local restaurants.
Can you have beautiful? I can't believe it, man.
Like there was one that I even shared it. They in Oxford, Spice Roots. They're very small. When I say small, probably like just about the size of this room, maybe a little bit bigger. And they make sure for 3 days they were providing meals for children who need it. You know what I mean? And they did that. And
imagine that's like an unexpected cost. So even if you're in a business, you probably didn't even account for feeding however many people you fed. Like, a lot of people I know that, you know, stepped in to try and help. But is it their job?
No, it's not. But you know, there comes a time where you, as a human being, and coming from certain lives, that's what I'm saying, coming from certain upbringings, coming from certain situations, there's some people who probably have these shops and these takeaway and these restaurants that provided foods over the last couple of days because they probably have been through similar situations and now they're in a place where they can say, you know what, it's out of my pocket, but you know
the people that made that decision to not feed the kids are people that have never been in that. They've never been hungry.
Never. Oh, come on, man. The government, like, you think Boris picking them ever about starvation? They probably have a fridge for themselves.
Yeah.
Like they probably have no disrespect, I'm not trying to judge, but some of them people, the posh people, like them, I'm not gonna say it, the posh people, when them go shopping, you know, them we all buy 3 different type of one
cheese.
Thing. Yeah, because our 3 different milk because this one don't drink that one. And, oh, you know, little Jimmy don't like that one. We gotta get him this one. And in a one house, we come from when your
one
house
milk,
eat that milk,
and it's full fat. It's cereal. It's blue top and that's it. You can't come with anything else. Problems.
Blood in the house. Yeah.
No cereal.
That's it. That's all you're getting. Yeah, they don't know about ever when you're up in milk and smell it.
Listen. Oh,
one more when bread stale and you see the one look at
you just tear it off.
Yeah, check and say, alright, that one I can go on. One little piece, pinch that, put that. Come on, they've not got through them something. So that's what it is. It's like, you know, we've been through these things. You know what I mean? And there's people going through these things now.
Yeah.
And for the government to kind of turn their back and say, no, they don't. And like I said, it's not their job. It's not Rashford's job to do this.
Yeah, this is somebody just using these platforms for good, right?
And round of applause because Rashford, what he's doing is setting a big example. And there's footballers make crazy. Man.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if the whole Premier League just said we're gonna donate 1 week's wages to feeding the kids,
everybody's fed.
Because when I talk like Ernst right now, I sit down in a yard, now play for Arsenal right now, I get 350,000 a week. 300 and what a week? You get a house a week?
Sheesh.
Come on, man, like, you understand? So, like, I don't know, man, if the footballers just come together and say, yo, I'm gonna know someone, don't make me have a message on you know, but you know what I mean? Like, for the Rashford example, just do, I reckon it's not your job.
Highlight it, put it out there.
But you can afford it, you understand what I mean? And we're not,
donate to some of the companies, right? Like, give them some money. Even if you don't want to get involved, cut the check.
Yeah, man, do something. You can do something as well. And, you know, I just say, God, the government, we can't expect better from them, yeah, man, because they don't really care about we.
It's a sad time, though, right? I guess a quick segue into just, I guess, your mood around the pandemic. Like, how you been feeling, man? Like, your industry's taken a massive hit. The entertainment industry's, like, literally clawing.
Right now, like, it's crazy because just the other day, like, obviously, before March, I had a lot of things lined up. Like, no.
This year was about to be the year.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. 2020, I was like, yeah, me even I use the hashtag, yeah, 2020 my year, and Ray Ray. I'm coming and say, yeah, I'm ready. Like there was things lining up to go, good to go.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously things happen. And when it first happened, it was like, I think the whole of everybody was like, alright, 2 weeks.
I thought 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks back to now, man.
Yeah.
Then it's like, right, 2 weeks pass and gone to 3-4 months. And I said, oh yeah, really want to go out. You start going out the world now, the place look like a movie.
Armageddon.
You get me? Like people mask up and
yeah.
you know, 2 meter distance and lining up for super.
And you don't even breathe next to someone, yeah. They're gonna push you back.
And then you just carried on, and then obviously then over the last 2 months things have started to ease back to some kind of normality. And you know, I start get some bookings again and I start to plan some events and you know, I do a couple comedy show. I think I do like 3-4 and I say, alright, getting back and then now, bam! Everything just shing again.
Back for a month.
Whoa. But is it gonna be for a month? I know that, yeah, I'm have to big up my partner, you know, like I don't know if she can read mine or something, but when it first happened and 2 week passed, she said, this is going on to the end of the year now. Wouldn't be surprised if into next year as well. So I really say, I'm just stop your nice man. Like you know I hear
depressing.
That, man. You know I'm done depressed already. I have to tell you this, alright? She kept saying, alright, remember I told you though, and then here we are. Like, you know what I mean? The government's talking about Save Christmas. I don't get it. Like if something's so deadly and it's rising so fast, why we wait till Thursday?
That's what somebody else put. Like, you know, if it's immediate, let it be now. Why are we waiting?
It's crazy, man. But same way, like how you feel, like how
I've struggled, man. I live in like a tiny little place.
Man, you've been working.
I've been working. It's been tough because also I'm dyslexic as well, so I need space to think. And my flat is, 2 rooms and a half.
So,
living room and kitchen together. And it's just been tough.
You live with your partner, right?
I live with my partner, and even that, he's like got one different mindset about the pandemic. I've got another. I've got vulnerable people I need to look after as well. So everybody's mind is different about it too. So you have to pick and choose how people are, and it's just been tough, man. And also, I didn't think we'll be here this long. I thought 2 weeks as well.
And that's, but also it's like. For relationships, I know it's been crazy because it either gonna test your relationship to breaking point or it will bring you guys closer together.
Well, I got engaged in the lockdown.
See there?
Somebody must have been laying it down.
Okay, I see there. Big up Remi and me. Welcome to the club.
Yeah. So it can't be that bad.
Yeah, that's good then. That's almost connected on a serious level. Like, because
it's some people.
But no, you know what it is as well is, remember when you're dating, it's like when you're dating people, it's like you get in early stage, they're getting to know each other. So you might talk a lot on the phone via messages.
How long is getting to know each other? Because I feel like we're gonna be different on this. And talking on the
honest, if you ask me this question like a couple years ago, would I say getting to know somebody? You can take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like depends. My mindset, but to me, getting to know somebody is forever. For me, because I feel like I'm still getting to know my partner a lot more.
Yeah.
Because as time goes on, she's growing, I am growing.
Yeah. And
so there's more things I'm learning. There's more she's learning about me. So I feel like it's a journey that when you and somebody get together, you're taking, and on that journey, you both are trying to get to the same destination together. But the destination is forever.
It's a singular journey though as well. Like she's still her and you're still you. You just coexist as well. Yeah.
Exactly. So even like as I was saying, it's like getting to early stages of relationship before pandemic, always like you might go on a couple of dates, go cinema. But when you go cinema, you're actually watching a cinema. After cinema, you might talk, you might have work, you might go out for a meal. There's still things like that. However, during the lockdown, if you're in a relationship, you're there. So 2 days, 3 days is gonna feel like a month. You know what I mean? Because now you're 24 hours with somebody. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it can bring you together closer where you can know each other so well now, like you feel like, wow.
Yeah.
You find out so much in such a short period of time.
But I know your wife very well, and she's got a good attention to detail. And I feel like that's one of the things that women, like, we do that well. Like, my partner sometimes, like, you really knew that about me. I'm like, yeah. You wouldn't even believe what I know.
Because, you know, Uno, yeah. Like,
you see the Uno. Why does it have to become the Uno thing?
Uno. Yeah, you see with Uno, yeah. Like, what do you do there? Uno. Women calculate. They calculate, man. Like you ladies observe.
Calculate.
What I mean, with men, I feel like when men getting to know women, it's more surface at first.
Yeah, it's appearance and
Yeah, with women, they're trying to dig deep. They want to know deep.
Yeah, they want to know.
So they and they're picking up on a lot of things. Like when I say like they calculate things, like they pre, so they observing every little thing about you. To how you look at your phone when certain things happen. So if your phone vibrates and you
panicking.
So, you know what I mean? They watch those things. Like we don't even realize it.
Well, yeah.
We not pre that. We as men not really looking at a woman and like that, we're just talking, and so I feel like that's what it is. So with details, like you guys would know so much about your partner.
Yeah.
Like my woman knows. Like if I'm in a bad mood or something's
She
not
knows,
right,
yeah.
she knows just like that. You get me? And I have learned that as well over years because I've been together like 14 years.
Yeah, a long time.
So it's like now being together so long, I know these things and she knows I can pick up on things.
Yeah.
Like if there's something on her mind, I know straight away.
Yeah.
And she don't have to do nothing.
Yeah.
I just know.
Yeah.
And that's the vibe. And I feel like that's something that's bringing us stronger together is the fact that we can feel each other.
When did that shift happen for you? Because I know you wasn't always like that.
No, for me, that's what I said even earlier. It's like men mature later than women.
Yeah.
Because I feel like over the last year and a half, I have made some big growth. Like I was growing, but now like it's really getting to a level which is even bringing me to making me distance myself from certain things because I feel like
people, because that's what you mean.
Yeah, people. I feel like I'm outgrowing people.
Yeah, of course.
And it's crazy because these are people that I will
thought that you will forever be around.
And it's just like, all right, you're still my virgins, but where you're at right now, the past this up.
Yeah.
But they're further, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's been a good year and a half now where I feel it.
Solid.
Like, yeah, maybe even 2 years because me and my partner recently got re-engaged again.
I saw.
A lot of people were like, why you do it again? Why? Like, why not just get married now? But you understand, you have to understand, like,
it's a journey.
Yeah, and there's things that happen, and sometimes, you know, you want to make it. I felt like I just wanted to refresh it and do it again because I feel like when we did it before, it was very rushed on my side. I just felt like there's a lot going on with us. And over time, it just feels like I want to refresh it, renew it.
You want to do it properly.
And pandemic obviously has happened now, and the coronavirus thing, and it's kind of slowed down something, but it doesn't matter because I said it's allowed us to get to know each other even more. And you think after 14 years, no, trust me, there's so many things that like to have deep conversations, and I feel like any couple out there, man them, let me tell you something, man them, I gotta talk to the man them out there now. Talk to your woman. Talk to your. Let me tell you something. Communication.
Big one.
Can be the biggest thing in your relationship that can save your relationship. You see your woman. If your woman constantly wanna talk to you, you don't wanna talk to her. You keep avoiding.
She's gonna talk to somebody else.
She'll find somebody else to talk to.
Let's say that.
You get me? So you need fit.
Yeah.
Let your woman do. Don't make somebody else be that ear that's listening. Here.
And there's plenty of ears out there.
Yeah, all the people them hungry ears
plenty. Man is always lurking.
Oh, trust me, man. But no, man.
I bet you feel blessed now.
I am. I'm happy. I feel I'm in a good place. Like something that this lockdown has done as well is made me be the man, be the stay at home.
Yeah.
I'm the stay at home now. I'm at home like washing, cooking, school run, like I feel like a single. I don't want to say, but I feel like
a little single mom.
Yeah, like, she coming home. Oh, you did.
But do you have like a newfound appreciation for what she was doing before? Because also the kids were younger.
Yeah. No, I tell her all the while that I appreciate. She knows that. I tell her like all the while. Sure. So listen, man, I appreciate what you've done because this is the thing is that we know we're in this together. and we know our vision and where we want to be, and we know it's a working together thing, and it's going to be sacrifices on both ends. You know what I mean? We have to learn to compromise and know what the purpose is for us. So yeah, man, you know, and it's been good.
I'm glad to hear that. I think, you know, we're going to learn a lot about each other on this journey as well.
Sure.
Especially just knowing some of your back history. There's questions I can ask that other people that might not know you can't ask.
Nah, man, definitely, man. This is what it's about, man. I want to be able to, for us to have this conversation. You're a female, I'm a male. That's what I mean. Like, there's views you're going to have on relationships.
Yeah.
There's views you're going to have on dating. There's views you're going to have on a lot of things, and we can learn from each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it can even improve our relationships even to another level, because sometimes hearing things from a female
male perspective.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
I'm excited for some positive interactions as well. Like this space is a positive space anyway, just because we're having such mature conversations.
Mm-hmm.
But also it's a place of growth. It's a place of education. We're gonna get some dope guests in as well.
Yes, definitely, man. And it's gonna be a good look.
It's gonna be a good run.
Yeah.
Yes.